I briefly discussed a song on this album the other day, so I thought I needed to do a video um, on my Jars of Clay CD. So I have a CD. It just says Jars of Clay. It doesn't even say an album name. Um, well, I don't know what this is. Apparently they only made one CD. Um, all of the songs were made by Jars of Clay except for Liquid and Flood, which were made by Adrian Belew. Okay, so I actually noticed some more interesting lyrics because I played the full CD and I actually kind of listened to it in the background. Before it was just kind of playing and I didn't notice a lot of the music. I was busy. But this time I put more attention in the songs and the lyrics, and there actually were some other decent songs on the CD. Well, it turns out this is actually a Christian band. And maybe there was more than one song that was on the radio. Because it's a Christian band, maybe it makes sense there are references to the devil. Um, of course, the booklets make it almost impossible. They make it almost impossible to read. The text is so tiny. See, look at that. I can't really read that. But I think that the lyrics on the first song are about Jesus. So I thought, hey, why not go over this CD? And on the back, the last page of the booklet, it has a jar, and it says, I think that's frail. So, fragile, like breakable, weak. So I'm going to pull up, yeah, I think the first song is about Jesus. And the one about, I actually thought that they had sold out or something because they had a song about dying and drowning in the flood, like Noah's flood, and then it made me feel bad for all these wicked beings that died. But, okay, when I look at the back, when you look at the back, you'll see some logos for the record company. And there's one of those swirls. And that's a satanic symbol. Kind of like if you know of Nine Inch Nails, the downward spiral. I think that's a spiral that leads you to hell, and I think that's how it's used. And it's almost like a whirlpool, too. They're like portals or gateways from hell and into hell. So that's why further down the spiral is like you get further into hell, and the deeper you go, the worse it is. And then there's also another logo next to that, which is an inverted pyramid. It says Brentwood. And actually there's a little B inside of the B, which could possibly be a play on the pedophilia sign, but it being inverted actually is good because that means that the little people, the majority are on the top. So the traditional pyramid, there's just a few at the top, and then the masses are supporting that. But when you invert the pyramid, it's giving power back to the people. But to have the little b inside of the big B, it could just be an outline. I don't know. I'm not doing the gematria on this. The songs are Liquid, Sinking, Love Song for a Savior, Like a Child, Art in Me, He, Boy on a String, Flood, Worlds Apart, and Blind. And Blind, I guess, is just like this 25 minute long track. And a few minutes in, they're playing a song, which actually sounds pretty good. Then they talk, and then there's another song playing. Very strange. But it sounds good, actually. I would say, actually, paying more attention to this, there's some good songs on this. And I tend to like darker music, more rock or industrial gothic. But this is about the lightest type of music that I like. This could possibly be the best Christian band, honestly. Now, I wouldn't rate the CD a 10, but actually, like, it kind of grew on me, and I do like this. So I'm going to get rid of my screen capture, or I'm going to get rid of my video. I'm going to open up the lyrics and put them on the screen here. Okay, so it says this is a Christian rock band from Nashville, Tennessee. Very cool. They don't have that many songs, so I could just search the list here. So the first song named Liquid. Arms nailed down. Are you telling me something? Eyes turned out. Are you looking for someone? This is the one thing. The one thing that I know. Blood-stained brow. Are you dying for nothing? Fresh flesh and blood. Is it so elemental? So, blood-stained brow. He wasn't broken for nothing. Arms nailed down. He didn't die for nothing. I think this is talking about Jesus here. So, if this was an evil band, then they would have been mocking. But, no, this could actually just be reminding us about Jesus and the suffering that he went through. The next track is called Sinking. And if that doesn't show up quickly, then I'll do a search. Here it is. So they don't have a lot of songs, so it's not my problem anymore. You see, it never really was. And so you can stop caring, as you call it, and I'll be fine right here. You can see I play a pretty convincing role, so I don't need you. I don't think I need you. But you see through my forever lies. You are forever healing. Deny myself, deny my heart, deny my hand, deny your help, and you offer me eternity. But why should I buy that? You play a pretty convincing role, so I don't need you. I don't think I need you. I don't know. This could be about Jesus. It could be about the devil. I don't know. But if this is a Christian band, then I don't think that's inherently evil. I think it's reminding us of things that are important. Love Song for a Savior. That's the next song. That's the next track. In open fields of wildflower, she breathes the air and flies away. So thanks for Jesus for the daisies and the roses. Someday she'll understand the meaning of it more, or the meaning of it all. He's more than the laughter of the stars in the heavens, as close as a heartbeat or a song on her lips. Someday she'll trust him and learn how to see him. Someday he'll call her, and she will come running, and fall in his arms, and the tears will fall down, and she will pray. I want to fall in love with you. Sitting silent, wearing Sunday best, the sermon echoes through the walls. A great salvation through it calls to the people who stare into nowhere and can't feel the chains on their souls. He's more than the laughter or the stars in the heavens, as close as a heartbeat or a song on our lips. Someday we'll trust him and learn how to see him. Someday he'll call us, and we will come running, and fall in his arms, and tears will fall down, and we'll pray. Okay. It seems too easy to call you Savior, not close enough to call you God, so I sit and I think of words I can mention to show my devotion. So see, that's a good song. Now, I know that Jesus is not God, but Jesus was a prophet created by God. And God is so vastly more expansive than a human being that Jesus is someone that we can relate to. And if you could have something directly below God, I would say that Christ would be directly below God. That is my opinion. I'm not adding this. Okay, so the next song is Like a Child. Here we go. Very easy to find. Dear God, surround me as I speak. The bridges that I walk across are weak. The frustrations fill the void. I have turned away in search for answers I can't understand. Don't let me fall apart. You've held me close to you. They say I can move the mountains and send them falling into the sea. They say I can walk on water if I would follow and believe, with faith like a child. I walk in the light of you. So with faith like a child. They say that love can heal the broken. They say that hope can make you see. They say that faith can find a Savior if you would follow and believe with faith like a child. That's a good song. And I think that just a child is before you get jaded and sarcastic. And see, the next song is called Art in Me. And here it is. Images on the sidewalk speak of dreams descent, washed away by storms to graves of cynical lament, dirty canvases to call my own, protest limericks carved by an old payphone. In your picture book, I'm trying hard to see, turning endless pages of this tragedy. Sculpting every move, you compose a symphony. You plead to everyone, see the art in me. See the art in me. Yes, we are beautiful in our imperfections. There's an art style in Japan where they think things that are broken are very beautiful, and they'll spend a lot of time and effort and money in repairing things that are broken and using gold to fill the cracks. Because I think there's a great beauty in that. And actually I do think that it's more beautiful when we have decay and loss. And when something beautiful can die, that makes it more beautiful. Yeah, it makes it more appreciated and like... There's beauty in the sorrows of broken stained glass windows, the fragments ramble on, tales of broken souls, and eternity's been won. And critics scorn the thoughts and works of mortal man. My eyes are drawn to you in awe once again. Okay. So see the art, yes, in our brokenness. Very good. Okay, my goodness, my nose. I'm always congested. Maybe one day I'll get some, maybe one day I'll be able to see a doctor. I don't have health insurance and I don't want to go, but like, I can't just go in to like get my ears unclogged or my sinuses cleaned or something because they require health insurance for everything. So, my nose has been clogged for years. See, what's this here? Don't try to reach me, I'm already dead, when the pain grips me for things that I've done. When I try to make you proud, but for crying out loud, just give me a chance to hide away. Exhaustion takes over. Will this someday be over? Fearful tears are running down the pain you've laid. Don't speak a sound. Don't take my heart away from me. Daddy, don't you love me? Then why do you hit me? And Mama, don't you love me? Then why don't you hurt me? I try to make you proud. A teardrop falls from up in the heavens, drowning the sorrows of angels on high. For the least of the helpless, the hopeless, the loveless, your Jesus, his children, he holds in his arms. He loves you, he sees you, he knows you, he protects you, he needs you, he holds you. Okay. Well, like, this sounds like a boring hymnal song, but actually, like, they're pretty catchy. Now that I know, I did not know until, like, less than a minute before making this video, that this band is actually a Christian band. And considering that they were on the radio and a Christian band, this is quite surprising. That this is good music, because one thing I noticed going to the gospel tent is that a lot of bands, a lot of Christian groups, and I'm sure other religions too, it's just that I'm not as familiar with them. But in my town, there's a lot of Christian radio stations. Is a lot of times these Christian musicians have sold out, or they're just they're like lukewarms, but they create religious music because it's easier to get famous. There's not as much competition. So it's not necessarily because their heart is in the right place. I did see people that did seem a little fame hungry, and people that were possibly Nephilims and demons as well. But I did also see one person who I thought was a believer, but I could be wrong as well. But no, I do think that there was one. But seeing out of 8 groups, maybe one of them being a true believer, and then you do have lukewarm. So I'm not saying that that's good or bad. But the music was okay, but it wasn't great. And then this disc, the songs sound a lot better than most Christian music that you will hear. Where you might, like the Christian radio stations, there's a lot of them in my town. So there might be one good song and they play it over and over and over and over again. And then there's a lot of songs that are just kind of boring and uninspired. So I think you guys should check this CD out. Okay, let's do the next song called Boy on a String. The marionette has your number. If you know what a marionette is, it's a puppet on a string, pulling your arms and legs. You can't stand on your own. This is like, we can't take a single step without God, as God controls it all. Dragging your conscience on the stage as your heart gets rearranged, and you cannot tell your mentor from your maker. Excuse me. Looking at the crowds bleeding with laughter over the way you entertain at beck and call. They don't see behind the lights or the painted backgrounds. They just like to see you fall. So that's the truth. Behind the facade, you don't really mind. You're just wasting time. You don't feel anything. You're a boy on a string. I feel the sadness like Geppetto watching the life that he created run away, seeing the puppeteer's intrusion and holding the remains of puppets that had rotted away. One day the curtain will not open. All the crowds will go away. The strings will choke you, but until that day you won't really mind. You're just wasting time. A boy on a string. That's pretty neat lyrics there. We can all imagine what that might mean. Okay, now the next song, actually, this is the one when I first heard it. Actually, I like this song. And this made me feel bad, but we know that based on the Apocrypha and the Old Testament, that the world was flooded because of all of the evil and wickedness. And they did have the hybrid beings, the children of the fallen angels and humans were called Nephilim, and they had overrun the earth. And I do believe they also had giants that were cannibalistic. And we know this because of other books and who the Jews were told to go against, where they were grasshoppers in the sight of these giants. And some of their names actually meaning like murderous and like, I don't know off the top of my head, but their names actually alluding to how wicked and evil these things were that were covering the earth. So, rain, rain on my face, hasn't stopped raining for days. My world is a flood. Slowly I become one with the mud. But if I can't swim after 40 days, my mind is crushed by the crashing waves. Lift me up so high I cannot fall. Lift me up when I'm falling. I'm weak and I'm dying. I need you to hold me and keep me from drowning again. Okay, this is like in this song, this is really sad. But actually, the truth is, what these demons and Nephilims do is they would be like, lift me up, I need you to hold me, I'm drowning. And then they would suck your blood and push you under the water, and they would leap to freedom and let you drown. So that's what they would do. They would jump on your head. They would sit on your head while you drowned. I can't describe this too well. I had a funny picture I had a dream where I saw the narcissist I was with in a spirit form. And I think that spirit form was actually the combination of many different demons that actually made this really funny looking face that had kind of a cat mouth and a fly head and silly eyes. And it looked kind of like Futurama and The Simpsons. But it was a weird combination. It was like a vampire. And because I had prayed to ask God if this being that was my ex was actually evil or he was just being controlled by demons. And the answer to my dream was immediately him clamping onto my head, sucking a lot of blood out of my head, and it hurt. And then I was running, and he was trying to suck more blood out of my brain. But I saw this head here. And this is what these demons would have done. They'd be like, help me, I'm dying. I just need you to hold me. Save me. I'm dying. I'm drowning. And then you would go to save them. They would push you under the water, and then they would fly away. So, downpour on my soul, splashing in the ocean. I'm losing control. Sky all around, can't feel my feet touching the ground. Calm the storms that drench my eyes and dry the streams still flowing, casting down all waves of sin and guilt that overthrow me. Yeah, this song, this is a good song, but it will make you feel bad, but they do deserve it. And actually, they would be laughing and chuckling to themselves if you were to be drowning and dying. But they play on our sympathy and our emotions. They want us to feel bad for them and come save them, and then they actually want to destroy us. Worlds Apart, this is the next, has 7.7 thousand views. That's neat. Okay. Am I the only one to blame for this? Somehow it all ends up the same. Soaring on the wings of selfish pride, I flew too high, and like Icarus, I collide. Icarus, I don't know too much, but I remember it was a story, something like where he had fake wings put on, and he could fly up, and he got too close to the sun, and something like the wings, or what held the wings on, melted, and then he fell. I think that's the story, so something like that. With a world I try so hard to leave behind, to rid myself of all but love, to give and die. To turn away and not become another nail, to pierce the skin of the one who loves, more deeply than the oceans, more abundant than the tear of a world embracing every heartache. Okay, so not another nail to pierce the skin. Probably a play on the crucifixion. Take my world apart, I am on my knees. Take my world apart, broken on my knees. All said and done, I stand alone amongst remains of a life I should not own. It takes all I am to believe in the mercy that covers me. Did you really have to die for me all? I am for all you are, 'cause what I need and what I believe are worlds apart, and I pray. I look beyond the empty cross, forgetting what my life has cost, and wipe away the crimson stains, and all the nails that still remain. More and more I need you now. I owe you more each passing hour. Battle between grace and pride. So fighting between grace and pride. I gave up not so long ago. Steal my heart, take the pain, wash the feet, and cleanse my pride. Take the selfish, take the weak, and all the things I cannot hide. Take the beauty, take my tears, sin and soul, heart, make it yours. Take my world, all, take it now, take it now. Serve the one that I despise, speak the words I can't deny. Watch the world I used to love to fall to dust and blow away. Take my world apart, and I pray, and I pray, and I pray, take my world apart. This is like getting rid of the pride, ego. Remember, being pride and doing something well is good. That's not, what the bad type of pride is just thinking that you are better than other people, looking down, condescending, or just assuming that other people are not as valuable without actually meeting them or finding out what their skills are. So I think we can understand this, as you should try to do a good job and take pride in what you do. So there are two different, I think arrogance and condescension is more what but this has been misused and misapplied, because we should try to do a good job. The last song on this CD is called Blind. Now I kind of want to check out their other songs. Having listened to Christian music, most of it's not very good, so I actually think this is possibly the best Christian CD I've ever heard. But I also do think the band live is Christian. And if live, it could be based on their lyrics and their messages, I think that they're a Christian band that does not say they're Christian, and they would probably beat out Jars of Clay. I do like the band live. They have a good message in their songs. Cynical, it's just your way. You play the doubting Thomas, feel the scars and wipe the stains, so you fight and retreat and talk yourself out of believing in any peace that you can't see. Blind words you call, blind words will fall. You're logical, you can't find any reason to believe in love, you are blind. Crucify and deny, pass the blame and burn the mission till dust remains and wash your hands. So, denying Christ, I suppose, but it wasn't about Christ himself, but his message of truth that came from the Creator, and the powers that God gave Jesus to heal. And he was completely righteous and perfect, because if you had seen Jesus, then you would understand God. Only wanted to help people and to save people. But I guess that for people that are wicked and even evil, some of them don't want to accept that, as we can see the narcissists around us. They want to destroy things that are beautiful and pure and moral. Okay, so that is this CD. And the band live, they will not say they are a Christian band, because they could possibly just be a monotheistic band, the band live, that does believe in God. Based on their songs, I've listened to their songs and their lyrics. Maybe not for every single song, but they are good songs with good messages. But since they don't claim to be Christian, I would say this is, right now, is probably my favorite Christian, probably my favorite, my big dog, see, he likes to clean the smaller dog, and when he licks him off, he runs away, and then he gets the dog bed. I have plenty of places for all of my dogs to sit, but they want to be in the same location. I've got like a dog bed, then I've got a couch and an ottoman, but then they don't want the dog bed, so he's going to keep licking him until he runs away and he gets the ottoman. Okay, anyways, here is the disc, Jars of Clay. I guess this is just self-titled. It doesn't have anything, like no name on it. It just says Jars of Clay, and that's the band name. So I think maybe you guys check it out. It sounds pretty good. They got good messages, so I think a believer could listen to this. But you know, as always, it's best idea to pray over your music. This is something I tell people. I don't do it, and I should. So I should probably pray to remove curses and spells, but for people especially that are susceptible to things like this, it's a good idea. But even music that the devil has made, which can make people more aggressive or rile them up, put them in the mood to fight or get things done, like everything can be used for good. So you can just use this energy that's in the spell work. You can actually use these curses and spells to your advantage and help like rile you up to go against the kingdom of darkness instead of against other good people. So, okay, guys, I do recommend this. So check it out. Thanks for watching.